Resnick here with the Cybersecurity Journal, and I'm here with
Joe Jarzenbeck. I'm the Global Manager for Software Supply Chain Solutions with Synopsys Software Integrity Group.
Great. Well, thank you for being here. We're here at Black Hat in Las Vegas. Been having a good time?
Oh, absolutely. It's just so invigorating just because of all the energy that people bring into this.
Yeah, it seems like I've heard that there's more people here than there have been over the past few years.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
I don't have the numbers, but it certainly feels like it.
Yeah, no, it definitely feels that way.
Yeah.
I don't know, although there is that dog show that's going on down there.
They have that every year.
They keep infiltrating, trying to come in. No.
Yeah.
So I've been talking to a lot of people over the past few days here, and we've been talking about what's been going on over the past 6 months. A lot of hacking, a lot of kind of crazy information. And we wanted to know, what do you think we've learned, if anything, from the past 6 months? And what should we be talking to the C-suite about, helping them understand this is what life is now like?
Right. Well, from my perspective, one of the things that really is happening a lot, there's a lot of reaction.
Yeah.
Things are happening, and so people are focusing on the threat. They'll talk about botnets or ransomware. They see that. But you cannot solely just react. You have to be more proactive and actually do something about it, meaning harden your own attack surface.
Right.
Because you can't control the threats, but what you can do is control your own attack surface. And but people don't understand what that is. And so that's why we've been focusing a lot on helping them understand your known vulnerabilities, the exploitable weaknesses. These are what botnets go after. These are what the hackers do. It's not about them being so ingenious, it's about the victim organizations just being totally vulnerable. And they could have done something about it. That's the sad thing.
Right.
And so we're actually seeing organizations thinking, well, I have to invest in cyber insurance. Well, the reality is, if you don't also invest in cybersecurity assurance, you'll never collect on your cyber insurance because you have to be doing the proper things. So there is that balance. So people can do something about it, but they shouldn't just be enamored with all the new things. Oh, look, new ways of identifying threats. But what did you do about it in advance? No, being reactive is not sustainable, and people are just losing a lot of money over that.
I mean, you bring up an interesting point with the cyber insurance stuff, because we're finding that a lot of companies have, bought the cyber insurance, but if you take a look, even over the past 6 months, there was an article in the Wall Street Journal, Cyber Pro Journal, I don't know if you saw it, but they basically said that there was no money collected.
Well, the reason is, let's be realistic, if you file a claim, the insurance companies actually will pay you, but that allows them to do their due diligence to say, did you do all the things based on the provisions of this insurance contract we have? It is a contract. It says you're supposed to do certain things. It turns out that most people are kind of unaware of what it means. I mean, it's like if you had a home and it caught fire. They said, well, show us that you had a fire alarm. You said you had one, the smoke detector. Oh, you know what? You didn't have that. We want our money back.
Right.
So that's, the clawback is what's more realistic.
Oh, interesting. See, that's something that a lot of companies, it's like they're not thinking through not only the cyber insurance, which is go by, but also GDPR is coming out or has been out, and they've got to be able to react and respond to that.
Right.
So that seems like another big piece of education that needs to happen at the C-level.
It is. Again, it's about risk. I mean, you're never going to be 100% secure, but you're trying to up your game. Number one, so that if you have to file a claim, that you've done the proper due diligence. But you can actually have mitigated your risk up front by understanding what your risk exposure is. And too many people simply do not understand that risk exposure. That's why we've been helping people focus on just that.
Right.
Number one is, a lot of people don't do software. They don't even understand software. They'll say, it's not my deal. But software puts them all at risk. You can look at cloud, you look at IoT, ooh, that's where we're going. It's almost like they think they outsource risk. But you know what you've done? You've taken your eyes off the risk. It's still your risk.
Right.
And there's things going on behind the scenes that you don't see until all of a sudden something really massive happens. And so again, it's all implemented and controlled by software, and we're saying there are things that can be done. One of the things that we've done is work with Underwriters Labs. For years I've been saying we need a UL-like certification for software. It turns out Underwriters Labs are now doing that. They have the Cybersecurity Assurance Program, and it's focused on network connectable devices. So anything that connects, anything. Yeah. And it's about the software in those connectable devices, about understanding. So that we've been working with them. They're using our tools to be able to understand what the risk exposure associated with individual products. Yeah. So they have already started testing and certifying products. And insurance companies are very interested in that. Because, again, when things go wrong, how did you buy? Did you buy from something that was independently tested and certified, or was it from Joe's Garage Shop? Oh, it's just, you understand the difference of that position.
And it seems like the audit committees at the board are starting to also be more engaged at this level. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yes, and in fact, you understand, depending on which critical infrastructure you're in, everybody has their own regulatory regime.
Right.
And what we can actually demonstrate that just by looking at the software that says, oh, because you have those weaknesses or vulnerabilities in that software, therefore you cannot implement the security control, which is required for this regulatory regime, this standard, whichever one you're under. And so we're helping people understand, and this really is about third-party suppliers, because a lot of people say, I don't do it, but you're buying from others.
Right.
So how did you inspect? How do you know anything about the software you're bringing in that you rely upon for your enterprises and the mission functions that you have? And it's almost as if organizations are more fearful of the auditor than they are of the attacker.
Right.
And we can help them with that even, if that's your goal. But ultimately, by focusing on regulatory regimes, from a software perspective, we don't help you just with your auditor. We help you mitigate those risks to be able to make sure the threat is not going to be affecting you at the same level.
Well, I've sat on audit committees.
Yes.
And I would be very happy to have you guys come in if that was where we were going.
Yeah.
And because it seems like that would be a perfect way for us to kind of create a level of security, because we need to know this information.
It is, and the beauty of this is all objective.
Right.
Because it says, here's the standards associated. We link the software vulnerabilities or weaknesses to it, say you either are compliant or you're not.
Right.
Because if we find those, you are therefore not. But you can do something about that to bring yourself into compliance.
That's excellent. Well, thank you very much. This has been excellent.
Appreciate that.
This is Jeff Mesnick signing off from Cybersecurity Journal here at Black Hat 2017, here with
Joe Jarsenbeck, the Global Manager for Software Supply Chain Solutions with Synopsys Software Integrity Group.
Excellent.